This video covers the opening balance entry for not-for-profit organisations. Having created your organisational record, you should have added the accounts that you require, either from Liberty's standard listing or custom accounts, as well as any funds that you have within the organisation. With this data entered, we can now look at the opening balance control panel. In your opening balances, you will be offered the opportunity to enter your fund balances, your bank and credit card balances, any customer and supplier opening balances, fixed assets balances, assets, liabilities, and income and expenditure balances. These will all be entered at the day before your Liberty account start date. So if you've confirmed your Liberty account start date as the 1st of January 2024, the first day of your financial year perhaps, then your balances will be entered as at the 31st of December 2023. In other words, your closing balances from your prior year. It is also possible for those entering partway through a year to enter balances partway through their financial year. Here we're looking at entering in opening balances under the income and expenditure regime. And you would simply enter in your opening figures. When you enter in your opening figure, and here I'm just putting £1,000 in the general fund, the system will record a journal reflecting that opening balance. The contra account for that opening journal is the suspense account. And so presently, because I've not entered a balanced opening position, my suspense balance stands at 1,000. At a very simple level, that balance may be reflected entirely within a bank account. So if I come to my bank accounts and I enter in a balance of £1,000 in my bank account, then I'll see my suspense account balance is now nil. I've entered a balanced opening position. But what also happens with the bank balance is it will reconcile that figure for you. So if I look at the bank reconciliation history, there I have my £1,000 reconciled starting position. And I can view that in the bank account itself, as well as looking at it in the reconciliation history. And there we see it's a reconciled figure. Should you wish to amend that opening figure, you can go back to opening balances and enter your corrected figure by going into the relevant section. The other detail that you will look to add in your opening balances will depend on your exact requirement. Some may have opening customer balances, so you want to bring in those opening balance items. Similarly, if you have supplier balances, then you can bring in those supplier opening balance items. And for those of you using the fixed assets, then you would add your fixed asset record. The one piece of additional information required when entering your asset through opening balances is the cumulative depreciation of the asset to date, and that you'll enter on the depreciation tab and cumulative depreciation. Next, you have your asset and liability balances. These can be split between funds. So you select the asset group, let's say the investment account, and then you identify the balance per fund as required. And you'd repeat the same process for your liability balances. Then you have your income and expense balances. For those of you wishing to record either partway through a year or indeed to enter comparative figures, then you can enter under the income and expense section, and again this detail is held by fund. So I click on the account I want to update, the funds are listed, and I'd enter in either the comparative balance if that's what I'm looking to enter, or if I'm entering partway through a financial year, then I'd enter in what that opening figure is. For those people who report under receipts and payment, and here we'll look at the organisation profile and accounting options. So we're now switching to receipts and payment. It's important to understand the one subtle difference in the opening balances, and that's to do with fund balances. In your fund balances, not only are you required to enter in your opening balance as if reporting under income and expenditure, but now you're also required to enter in the opening balance for your receipts and payments. The two may be the same, but you are required to enter into both columns when reporting under receipts and payments. Please contact us for further information on this and other features of Liberty Accounts.